Hello, everyone. Thank you for visiting Sat Sangat Astrology. I am here to talk about the Libra Full Moon that is happening April 1st, 2026, actually at 9:11 p.m. Central Time, 10:11 Eastern Time, and 7:11 Pacific Time. So, this video, I think I'm going to call it How to Find Balance. And we will analyze the chart in detail to find out what is the meaning and what is it that may happen and how we can use the energy. So we have an Aries stellium opposite the moon. So it seems like the moon is over there alone, receiving all that energy from Aries. Actually, there are three, five, um, five, seven cosmic bodies in Aries against the moon. So we will talk about that, how to find balance between two signs that are prominently relational, meaning Aries is the self and Libra is the way to relate to others. So it is like all oppositions intervene within relationships, but this one has per se, because of the nature of the axis, Aries Libra, it is basically relational. So it will be your life will be affected at the level of your relationships. And this will affect also at the level of the world. It will affect relationships between entities, between organizations, between countries, between regions, etc. It is relational. So first of all, so if you like to contact me, here is the information to contact me. My email address is at the bottom of this page. I also have a blog at satsangatastrology.blogspot.com. I am also, lately I have started an account in Substack, and my name is Doreforus. And well, in the future, I will include that link on this slide. And here you have my email address again. I also I also teach. I have a foundational course, and I do personal, private, and confidential consultations online, virtually. So please contact me with your personal information through this email. So let's go back to the chart and let's start the analysis. So this chart is cast for Washington, D.C. The time is 10:12 p.m. The sun is at 12 degrees, 21 minutes of Aries, and the moon exactly the same, opposite, same degree in Libra. So, first of all, for the United States, the ascendant falls in Scorpio, which is the 12th house. So, then the 12th house is emphasized and takes prominence in this chart. And for the United States, this Libra full moon is based the basic structure of the axis ascendant, descendant, midheaven, and IC is fixed signs. So it will show, if you live in the United States, it will show the stability or the stubbornness of the position during this full moon. I need to remind you that this full moon is part of the moon cycle that started in Pisces with a lot of confusion. Mercury in Pisces was not very happy, is not happy yet. So it was a retrograde at the time of the new moon. We had a Mars that is struggling very hardly in Pisces, a sign that is hidden from its own home of Aries, because it's the 12th house from his home. So, meaning that he doesn't see very much what is going on in his home, which is highly populated, as you can see. So this moon cycle started in Pisces, which is a mutable sign. So the start of the cycle required flexibility, required adaptation, and it was already announcing a degree of mutability, that things will change. However, by adjustment, right? Because it's a mutable sign, it's adjusting accordingly. However, the main phases of this moon cycle, which are the waxing square, the full moon, and the waning square, meaning 90-degree angle between the moon and the sun, the 180-degree angle between the sun and the moon, and the 270-degree angle between these two are in cardinal signs. So the first quarter in Cancer, the full moon in Libra, and the closing is in Capricorn. So what does this mean? It means that this moon cycle brought radical changes, and radical means radical and oftentimes irrevocable. So already we are seeing events that are very sharp. Those 90-degree angles are governed by Mars, which is cutting and changing by extirpation, right? And the opposition or full moon is an aspect of Saturn. So Saturn requires leveling uh, through time, through discipline, through following the rules, and uh, organizing, and being serious and being responsible. So all those factors, all those Saturnian factors intervene in any opposition that you may encounter, meaning that through discipline, method, organization, respect for the rules, etc., you may find balance between those two planets or bodies of cosmic bodies. Okay, so this is what this full moon is showing. It is shedding light on completion, on culmination, accomplishment, in culmination, in fulfillment, the maximum potential of this cycle. Once the full moon is over, that was the maximum potential. And in this case, the full moon is highlighting the sign of Libra, a sign ruled by Venus, that is very compromising, looking for agreement, looking for um, accord from pleasing the other party in order to find balance, right? The symbolism is the scales, and the scales that represent justice, right? So here, this full moon is showing the need to find not only balance but justice, fairness, and being able to reconcile the needs, my needs, Aries, and your needs, Libra, right? So it's very important to consider that we need to find a midpoint of balance, let's say. It's like when you play in the seesaw and you want to be leveled, right? Both players, both people need to adjust their bodies and the weight of their bodies in order to find a level seesaw. Otherwise, if one person is heavier than the other one, and it will bring down the seesaw, and the other person will be up, and the heavier person will be down. So this is a very good example to show that, for example, in order to balance, the heavier person needs to use some body movements and adjust the body position in order to give way of fairness. So the same thing happens in relationships. When one person wants more and wants everything, right? Then in order to find balance in the relationship, it needs to give in to the needs of the other person. So that's the essence of this full moon, shedding light of the need on the need to find an equilibrium. Now, first of all, the ruler, and this is when we find the actual feature of this full moon and how it works, right? So it is in the mid-decan of Libra that is governed by Uranus and is associated with the sign of Aquarius. If you want, you can put Saturn as the traditional ruler. So is the position of the moon is either needing some rules, obeying some rules and taking discipline and taking time and using some level of organization, or to rebel like Uranus, right? So now the ruler of Libra is Venus, and Venus is in Taurus. She is in her domicile, meaning that she is happy in her home. However, she is applying to a square to Pluto. And this is not a very happy position for Venus. So this means that in a few days, and I may find here when exactly, when Venus is square Pluto, and it's on the 3rd of April, at 5 degrees 15 minutes, she will square Pluto. So we will have a few days after the full moon where things will come out very heavily. So Venus represents feelings, that come from the moon emotions, right? Emotions produce feelings, and feelings are heavy in this at this time. So this is a very dangerous full moon for women specifically. Uh, and uh, and this is square Venus square Pluto is often associated with femicides, with violence against women. And also with a high risk of this receptive and sweet energy. So it's not favorable at all. It is Pluto is the violator, let's say, the energy that is cruel and raw against any other kind of energy. In this case, the cruelty of Pluto will be felt by this Venus. So meaning that from the get-go, this full moon in Libra will not promise any peace or any kind of balance or any kind of it's not promoting actually reconciliation or any kind of peaceful movement. So, and it might be not only due to this Venus square Pluto, but also all this energy in Aries, because we have Neptune, we have Saturn, we have the Sun, and we have Chiron and Aries. And if we consider the potency of this Aries energy against the moon on the other side, we understand that, of course, the sign of Aries is much, much powerful, and the sun is exalted in Aries, so the sun is really powerful in this sign. So it will overcome this full moon, the energy of this full moon. So the full moon is also applying to a square, and so is the sun applying to a square to Jupiter. And what this means is that the emotions will be and the need for finding this equilibrium will be magnified. Especially Jupiter is looking for the comfort, the safety, the protection, the refuge of the home, of the family, of the home country. So this need to find safety and security is magnifying this need to make a compromise. So now it is in the decan of Scorpio within the sign of Cancer and the decan of Scorpio. And this means that it's governed by this Pluto. So this Jupiter may be manipulative, it might be coercive, and use cruel methods. Even though Jupiter, is so benefic and is exalted, but it is in the decan of Scorpio. So you make your own conclusions. So another thing that I wanted to point out, is the energy of this chart. So it's mostly water kind of energy. We have 4 points for water, 3 points for fire, which makes boiling emotions, right? Fire boils the water, and so there is enough fire to boil the emotions, to increase the unfortunately the moon is not out of bounds, even though it's I mean, it's been prior um, during the previous week from I think the 20 something to the 28, it was out of bounds, but it's not anymore during this full moon. But declination wise, we find that both Pluto and Jupiter are at the edge, 22 minutes 47 Pluto degrees south, and Jupiter is 22 degrees 51 minutes north. And what happens is that they are, Jupiter and Pluto, they are contra-parallel. You see them here in the chart. They are contra-parallel, meaning that they are opposite. So, and in this case, even though they don't have an aspect in longitude, but they have an almost perfect by 3, 4 minutes orb in declination. And this is even more powerful. So, meaning that it's a struggle for power, right? And also, we have the moon parallel to Mercury. So, this it acts as a conjunction, Mercury and the moon. And what it means is that they are working together, meaning that the moon or the people or the public or the emotional state is associated with the conversations, that the communications and the travel, the dealings, the business dealings, etc. So there is a component of having a business conversation, business deals, in order to find this equilibrium. Um, so, well, in declination, that's all I can see that is really important. But remember, that is a very, very highly emotional and explosive full moon. Uh, Venus, as I said, is a couple of days away from the square to Pluto, so the effects of this full moon will be intensified on the 3rd of April. And um, what else I wanted to say about this? Okay, Mercury is also applying very closely to a trine to Jupiter. You see here, it's very, very close, but it's still applying to the trine to Jupiter. So this means that the conversations are abundant. It means that the conversations, the dealings, the communications, are abundant and probably exaggerated. There could be a factor of uh, conflict, even though Mars is far from the aspect between Mercury and Jupiter, but there is this um, basic underlying water fire element that is governing the whole chart. Also, and for the United States, the moon is applying to a conjunction to Saturn in the 11th whole house. And so, meaning that is shedding light on Congress, legislator power, and legislative workings. So that's another component, and it is applying all the light of the moon reflected from the sun is applying to that Saturn. So we need to go back to the drawing board and use the rules, the regulations, the method of the organization, the traditions, and everything that has been established, right? So the moon is shedding the light on the Saturn. So there's plenty to tell about this chart. The South Node is in the 10th house of the United States chart, and it is showing the debilitation, the weakening of the executive power, and also of the party in governance. And the North Node is in the 4th house, which is stimulating or giving more energy to the people, to the country itself, the land and the people. Now, uh, I know that the Placidus version of the Sibley chart is very popular. However, if you're open to take a look at how the whole sign houses work, you see, for example, Jupiter in Cancer. It is in the ninth house of this chart, and it represents the foreigners or the foreign country or the foreign affairs, international affairs that are magnified by this exalted Jupiter in Cancer, dealing with protection, with finding comfort and protecting the homeland. So the conversations and the pressure may come from international affairs. Now, Cancer is the 8th house in the Sibley chart. And so this is interesting because Jupiter not only is emphasizing the Cancer planets there, but is also increasing and emphasizing and augmenting, let's say, the secret dealings for resources, shared resources with other allies. Jupiter is looking for increasing resources, shared resources with others. Okay, we'll see if that succeeds. Where else? Okay, so Pluto in the 3rd house is a very powerful empowerment or disempowerment of communications. And it is in a sign governed by Saturn and Uranus. So we will see changes when Uranus enters Gemini pretty soon. It will be entering Gemini on April the 25th. So the energy of this Pluto will significantly change. And it's in the 3rd house of the Sibley chart. In this case, in this chart is the 4th house. So there is a powerful transformation of people and the country itself, the land. So the 3rd house also represents siblings or neighbors, right? Siblings would be the states that that form the union. So there will be a powerful transformation among the components of the United States, but there will also be a powerful transformation in the communications with neighbor countries. We have already seen happening. Okay, so I think that's all. At your personal level, so think about how and when and with whom you need to reconcile to look for some kind of balance in your personal or interpersonal relationships. Look at the houses occupied by the sign of Aries and the sign of Libra, and also by the transiting Venus in Taurus and Pluto in Aquarius. And those are the most essential energies that one needs to consider in order to understand the effects or the energies of this chart. So I wish you the best. I hope you like this video and you subscribe to my channel. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to put a question or comment in the below the video, and all my information will be in the description below the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video.